everybody. Welcome to your full crew. We are live from AUVSI Xponential 2024 in San Diego, California, and I am here with our sponsor for this stream, Jennifer Richter from the Akin law firm. Also, by the way, the gold sponsor for our amazing Law Tech Connect workshop, which we held this week.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So good.
It was
the content, beginning to end. I mean, we were there from 7:30 in the morning until 5 o'clock.
It was kind of a marathon.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. So Jennifer, for those that don't know you out there, can you tell them just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So Jennifer Richter, I lead the telecom, media, and technology practice at Akin. And that includes our advanced aviation practice. So that's why we're here at AUVSI, and so happy to be a gold sponsor for the Law Tech Connect, and we've been involved with that program for 3 years, and we've really seen it evolve and grow, and the quality of the content has always been excellent. But I just really thought the program yesterday was so good, and it was like so smart to end the day with AI, by the way.
Thank you,
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we had AI, we had space, we had all kinds of stuff. But you're walking around the floor, right? You've been coming here for a long time, right? Law Tech Connect's only been 3 years, but Expo's been going for a while.
Yeah.
What are you seeing out there, Jennifer, in terms of the evolution of technology on the floor, maybe that's a little different this year than previous years?
Yeah, and it might just be that it's my area of focus, but I think I also am seeing that there is more emphasis on the enabling systems for UAS and AAM. You know, you're seeing Viasat and Iridium, you're seeing matrix space, all of these technologies that are really necessary to be deployed on the vehicle, on the ground, or in the air, wherever this thing is, in order to help guide the vehicle to where it needs to go safely and to assist with those communications functions. Just talking with AUVSI'S about their dynamic frequency management system contract for Alaska, which is so cool.
That was a big announcement that recently came.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Britt Warnick
kind.
Up soon from AUVSI'S to talk maybe a little bit about that as well. Yeah.
So I love the focus on that, because I think in the early days of the drone industry, when we would come to this conference, it was just all about the vehicles, which are, they're so cool, right? But it's really nice for there to be a maturing and of an understanding that it's not just the vehicle. The vehicle can't exist without all of these enabling systems around them, and so I'm just seeing a lot of that as I walk around the floor.
It's a whole ecosystem, to be sure, and I agree. I think we're seeing a lot of that. Of course, we are seeing a lot of cool vehicles too.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So awesome. All right. So how can people reach you? How can they find you?
Oh, yeah. So www.akingump.com, or I'm on LinkedIn, obviously, Jennifer Richter. You can find me there. If I can just give a shout out to one thing people should be thinking about, watching about. When I come to these conferences, I'm often talking about the spectrum solutions for UAS.
Yes.
And in April, like April 4th or 5th, the Federal Communications Commission came out with a public notice saying that their report and order related to this UAS spectrum that they're about to finish. Not really finish. Anyway, the report and order is coming out soon, we hope. It's on circulation. Apparently, I got some inside skinny. It only has one vote right now, so it has a ways to go, and the FCC has a lot on their plate. I'm a little disappointed from what I'm hearing. It sounds like they're only really deciding about the dynamic frequency management system part, which, by the way, is super important.
That's going to be huge for the industry.
Foundational. So that's excellent. But it sounds like that's as far as they're going to be able to get this time.
Yes.
And there'll be some further notices addressing all of the rest of the issues. So the FCC did a great job putting that NPRM together, but apparently too many issues for them to solve right now. So be watching for that, and we'll be putting out something on that as soon as it comes out.
And that's going to be on the Akin website, so absolutely check that out. Follow Jennifer on LinkedIn if you're not doing that.
And then also we've got Akin Space Law newsletter that comes out regularly, and Autonomous Akin newsletter that comes out regularly. Those are free, so just go to our website and sign up for those. Love to get lots of distribution on that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Really great to see
pleasure.
You again.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to get Jerry Hancock in next from Viasat. So Viasat was actually our silver sponsor for Law Tech Connect, and we're super appreciative of them. And fun fact also, they're going to be on the Dawn of Autonomy in July when we talk about global leaders. So, and you guys are clearly global leaders.
Definitely so. I mean, worldwide, across the board.
Yeah. So, Jerry, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So I'm the director for our safety solutions and for cybersecurity for our L-band products, stuff like that. And here we're focused on what are we doing for the UAV platforms. It's actually really cool. We've got a lot of exciting partnerships that we're going to be announcing this week and over the next couple of weeks on how we integrate, with multi-link technologies, whether it's LTE, C-band, or others, and kind of what we want to do to help grow this market. Right? It's a new market. It's a new ecosystem that has to be built. Nothing's in place today, so we're out here and we're excited to meet lots of different people that are here. And there's definitely people that aren't here to kind of grow and see what this can turn into.
Yeah, I met Jerry actually at the Commercial UAV Expo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they had a booth, and I'm like, wait a minute, Viasat's here. That's kind of interesting. And once we got to talking, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And Jerry was just on our space and spectrum panel at Law Tech Connect, because I don't know that everybody fully appreciates how deeply space impacts everything we do in life, but certainly in the autonomous systems world, right? So what you do is critically important, Jerry, and I'm so glad you're here. And so as you're walking around, you're talking about partnerships and everything like that. What are you seeing that's really exciting to you?
Well, actually, it's the innovation that we have here. It's, I think one thing that's really about creating a new market space is innovation that everybody's come up with. It's, it really is new products, new ways to take a product that, a lot of people discounted in the past, that's kind of revived itself and turned into something that we can really make work here in this environment. Very much like the satellite piece, right? A lot of people discounted satellite until we actually said, okay, no, you do have something that works. You do need this because LTE isn't everywhere, and you've got to have something that's always on. So it's taking all these technologies, combining them, and you see the energy here. It's very positive.
It is.
People have a lot of thought that's gone into very diverse product lines across the board. So.
Well, you know what I want to see? I want to see some satellites on the floor. I was just at the Space Week, Space and Both. No, I mean, hello, satellites are uncrewed systems.
Sure.
I actually taught a course at Embry-Riddle online, and there was a whole chapter on satellites. It was called Uncrewed Systems, Law and Policy. And I'm like, you're right, satellites are uncrewed. Like, why are we not, all in one place at one time? Like, it makes just a lot of sense. So,
well, that's pretty fair. I used to work for a different satellite company a long time ago, and we had a whole crew of people that were managing and controlling satellites. Now it's down to, it's very automated, and we have probably a third of the pilots that are out there.
There you go.
That's actually true.
Yeah. So great to have you.
Thank you so much.
How can they reach you? How can they find out more about Viasat?
So Viasat.com is our address. You can go to booth 5213, or you can contact me directly at jerry.hancock@viasat.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yay.
All right, take care.
Appreciate you. All right, we're going to get Lauren from Carasoft over here. So Lauren was one of our Scholars Program supporters for Law Tech Connect this year. You guys, Carasoft has been with Law Tech Connect since day one. And Lauren was recently on the Dawn of Autonomy, right? Was this in February?
Right, February.
Yeah.
Always love being on here. love that you have us.
Yeah, and also Geo Week, right? You guys are out in force there, and you have an amazing booth here. So, again, real quick, for those that don't know you, tell them who you are and what you do at Carasoft.
So nice to meet everyone. I'm Lauren. I am a sales team lead at Carasoft for a couple different business units, geospatial, autonomy and robotics, and space tech.
Just a few little things like, space tech and autonomy. Real quick, what does Carasoft do?
Carasoft is a government distribution partner, and we focus on proactively selling and marketing IT solutions to the public sector. We're also a top performing government contract holder, a couple of the largest being GSA, NASA SOUP, and all of this activity is to support our three main customers, being the technology manufacturers themselves, our government end users within the public sector, and our system integrators and reseller partners.
Lauren, what I noticed this year, I feel, is a very big emphasis on the DoD market. I don't know if you're seeing that, but that is also obviously a space that you guys live and work in. What are you seeing at the show so far?
Right, there's a lot in the defense world. What I found really interesting, I had a conversation this morning on a couple folks within the Navy who are doing using drones to build digital twins of naval ships. So I thought
cool.
That
like
was really
underwater drones are building 3D models.
Yeah,
I mean,
a
that
lot
makes
of
sense.
underwater uncrewed systems as well.
Yeah, and there's really cool ones on the floor.
Yes.
I'm taking a bunch of pictures, everybody. Reel coming out soon. Just super cool tech, so that's great. So, and you guys are having an amazing happy hour. You know, you held one this week, so thank you for that. How can people reach and find you?
You can reach out to us directly at drones@carasoft.com. Visit us on our website, carasoft.com, CARAHSOFT. Also follow us on any socials, and myself, my team, anyone would be happy to reach out and connect.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Great
Dawn.
to see
See
you
you
again.
Bye.
All right, we are going to get Lori DeMatteis up here. So, all right, we're not. She's waving me off here. All right, we're going out of order. Britt, come on up. We got Britt Warnick. So Britt is with AUVSI'S. I don't know if your ears were ringing, but we were just talking about you. Jennifer Richter was bragging about your recent authorities that you received to do some operations in North Dakota. So before we get to that, Britt, tell them who you are and what you do.
So my name is Britt Warnick. I'm the VP of Marketing with AUVSI'S, and I try and help people understand how you take a very technical product and put it into operation for the various things we do across uncrewed aviation. We also have markets in general aviation, we serve airports, and we serve defense. So quite a bit to handle, all within the AUVSI'S umbrella.
Yeah, I know, crewed, uncrewed. Britt was on our show, The Dawn of Drones, last year. I'm going to say it was in May.
Yep.
So check that out on my website. But this year they're going to be on in June, which Complex Operations. So we'll be talking a lot more deeply about their products. They'll be a month sponsor. But Britt, as you are listening to some of the educational content here, or just talking to people on the floor, what's the buzz? Like, what's kind of the trend? Give me like one trend that you're hearing or seeing.
Well, there's definitely a lot of discussion about path diversity and link diversity. We had that conversation with Viasat this morning. We made an announcement about that, and we think it's really important. So I think that's an area to be touched on, is how are we safely flying these aircraft, maintaining the communications that we need with them. The other thing that's kind of burgeoning our own way is how do we see them, right? This idea of electronic conspicuity. And I really think that's
a big one.
It's going to be great, and we need to move things forward where we can have this integrated airspace, and thankfully AUVSI'S is right in the middle of that. But I think there's a lot of discussion yet to be had on what it means to be seen and to see.
No, clearly. Across the board, right? Because there's even crewed aircraft that don't push out ADS-B out, and so to have some kind I was at Amsterdam Drone Week recently, and they were talking about this in the context of U-Space.
Yes.
And this is a really, really big issue globally.
Yep.
And you guys are at the tip of the spear, so it's so awesome to have you here. So how do people reach you? How do they find you?
Sure, definitely come by our booth. We're at 4845, just around the corner over here, or you can go to www.uavonics.com, UAV, Onyx with an X.
Yes.
And you'll be able to find us there. And beyond that, definitely follow Dawn of Drones or Dawn of Autonomy.
Dawn of Autonomy now,
there we go.
That's right.
And you'll be sure to see us there in June as well. So
That's
really excited
right.
about that.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Thanks so
Great to
much.
see you. Speaking of Europe, I'm just going randomly out of order here. We're going to bring over our good friend from Mediomatics, Ariel Joy Pascal, and Ari, am I saying your name wrong?
Aurélie Joy Pasquale.
Okay, Ariel Joy Pasquale. Okay, there you go.
Not that easy, but it's
there
fine.
is very easy. From Mediomatics, so this is a Swiss company.
It is.
I learned about the Meteor drone working with Don Bershoff at True Weather. You guys are at Grand Sky. You're all over the place. It's a flying weather lab. It's an amazing vehicle. This fine lady was a scholar. Yes, at our Law Tech Connect. So what'd you think?
It was a pleasure. It was a great day yesterday. Very interesting panels, and thank you so much for organizing it. I would say from start to the end, it was very interesting topics. We had enough time for the discussions to go into deeper level and not just addressing things in a superficial way. Very good speakers as well. So yeah, overall great work.
Well, thank you. And you guys have a booth here.
We do have one, yeah. We're at booth 3129. So come by, see our Meteor drone. We have it there. We're happy to show you a bit what we're doing, and we also have videos of operations. You can see how high we fly, because we really fly high compared to most drone operators out there.
Yes.
And yeah, that's also why I really enjoy working with this company, because as I worked with many companies doing drone deliveries and like horizontal profiles while I was a consultant, I wanted a new challenge, and now doing these very high vertical profiles is very interesting in terms of regulations and all the challenges to get these operations into reality.
It is, to be sure. So who, you're here and there's a lot of B2B, business to business deals that happen on the expo hall floor. Who is your ideal customer or client?
Oh, we have actually a lot of different potential clients. Because what we do is not only drones, but it's also selling weather data. We have our own weather models and our API, and so we don't only develop drones, but
right.
we also develop data for drones and for other types of industries. So we can give very good weather data for drone operators, for example, when they want to have their operations run smoothly.
Yes.
But we can also give this kind of data for example, mining industries, insurance companies, so really a lot of different possibilities.
Okay.
Out here, of course, we have mostly drone manufacturers, operators, and so on.
Yes.
So I would say everything that has to do with operations is a potential collaboration for us.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. How can people find you or reach you?
So here at the booth, feel free to show up, and otherwise we have, of course, a website with a lot of information about all kinds of applications, a lot of information about the model itself, and you can just reach out via the website. We have all the contacts out there.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much. It was so
Thanks.
great to meet you in human form.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
Very
all right.
good.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
we've got Aaron Blue coming in from Color Labs. Aaron was on the Dawn of Autonomy back in March, which was R&D to Real World Ops Month. Started with Modal AI, forged out on his own, and he's got some show and tell for you. So let's just get to that.
All right. This is our flagship drone platform here. And
Now you
on
showed this
there,
on the
we've
show,
got
but
the,
this
gimbal.
is like way bigger in real life.
A little bigger in real life, yeah. It's a large frame. This has got 7-inch props on it.
Yeah.
This runs a tri-blade prop. These are kind of known as Cinelifters, so we'll be releasing this very soon. It's available for beta pre-sale, and we'll be shipping them, we hope, in about 10 to 12 weeks.
All right.
These airframes can be fitted with any of Modal AI's flight controllers. We got the Flight Core V2 that they offer, as well as the Voxel 2. Both of those are Blue UAS NDA compliant flight controllers and companion computers. And then in addition to that, we've also got our flagship gimbal product here.
Look at that.
This has got quite the payload on it. It's a EO IR plus combo. So we've got a Boson Core Plus on the front,
So cool.
and then 2 4K cameras, as well as a TOF sensor down here.
I love
So-
like I just want to take a picture of your face like looking through that. That's like
I know, right?
that's so
But
good.
We've got this also debuting, so if you are interested in availability, pricing, and features, please reach out to Coular Labs. You can reach us online at coularlabs.com, as well as my email, aaron@coularlabs.
All right.
And we'd love to tell you more about it.
Yeah.
But this is what we got going on here. A couple of our partners that we're involved with, Momentum Drones is doing our frame cutting. We do custom frame integrations with Modal AI hardware, as well as ARC electronics. Right here we've got an ARC flow sensor. All of these products are assembled in the United States. And then we also on this have the new Modal AI ESC.
And oh, by the way, backpack portable, because he's like wearing it on his back and walking around the floor. And by the way, Aaron was also a scholar at Law Tech Connect.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
Yep, it was good. It was good.
Excellent, excellent. I hope you
enjoyed-
made some connections there.
Yeah, the law in this industry is so important to know all the regulations.
It is. It is. So.
Been meeting some really good people with Carasoft. Just
Yeah,
wonderful
Carasoft is
connection,
amazing.
so-
Yes, we love them.
Yes, they've been
Yeah.
helping us out a lot.
Okay, great.
Should we talk about some things we've seen?
Yeah, real quick.
quick?
Tell them real,
All
tell 'em real
right,
quick. What? Give me the coolest thing you've seen. Just one thing.
Modal AI Starling 2 just debuted. They've got
Ah.
a small airframe that's running Voxel 2, and they've engineered it to get over 40 minutes of flight
It's
time.
super small
which
too,
is
right?
out of control.
40 minutes of flight time?
Over 40 minutes.
Over 40 minutes. Wow.
So,
okay. Awesome.
Go check out their booth. They've also got a demo over there, and
Okay.
they're looking great. So.
I will be heading over there for sure. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
great
you.
to meet you in human form.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Great to see
and
you.
have a great show.
Thank you.
All right,
You
cool.
as well.
All right, let's get Patty Trexler up here. So, Mark 43. If you haven't heard of this company, they're doing computer-aided dispatch, or what we call CAD, and records management systems stuff, RMS. And I met Patty actually at the Edge event in Las Vegas back in January, so welcome. I brought her to the show because they're looking to break into unique markets, and I thought the drone world, especially public safety and DoD, were going to be her jam. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so
thank you for letting us participate in the Scholar program yesterday. It was a great.
Oh yeah, they were Scholar. Her and
Yes.
Jeremy Willingham, her partner in crime, if you will, were both at Law Tech Connect.
It was a
Yeah.
great foundational day of policy and understanding all the legal T's and C's of where this drone technology is going to take us. So that was
Yeah.
really excellent. Thank you.
Well, good. So this is your very first show
Yes.
here at Expo. Like you've been to a lot of other events. What's your first impression?
Yeah, so that's really interesting. So yesterday was totally different than today with the keynote speakers.
Yeah.
I spent the last 15 years in cyber. I've done computer-aided dispatch, and records management in the past, but this is like a reintroduction to it and sort of next gen of what's going on in the space with, drone as first responder.
Yeah.
So today I thought it was really interesting with the keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Learning
Navy.
Well,
Ship ahoy.
yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, I'm
yeah,
Air Force,
I
and I'm a
know, I
little
know.
sensitive to that.
But other than that, I think, the DIU concept and like the fact that they're on Gen 3 and like started in 2015, a lot of what they're trying to do around breaking down the barriers, accelerating, the mission, like those are all things that are like near and dear to me, and
Yes.
that's what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah.
So, people would say, well, why as a CAD company would you come to a show like this? And I think it's because we need to really be thinking like 36 months out of
Yes.
like what's out on the show floor, what are they doing with drones,
Yeah.
how does our technology fit into, it's one piece of
Yep.
the whole solution, and how
Yes.
do we fit in? So I'm shocked that the entire room is full of vendors. I need to get out there tomorrow and learn more about the technologies that are out there, but just super happy to be here and having the opportunity to learn and see how Mark 43 can help accelerate the mission here.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about AI. Everybody, this is an AI camera, and she waved her hand, and now it's jacked up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift for a second. No, you stay there, move over a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Okay, I know this is weird, everybody, but this is what happened. Whoa, don't, Patty, get back over here. Okay, it's following you. All right, stop. Give me a second. Yep, this is real, guys. This is live, and now it's locked. Thank you. All right, so fair warning, everybody. Don't be flailing your hands because the camera's going to follow you. Gotta love AI and technology when it works. But Patty, how can people reach you?
My email is patty.trexler@mark43.com.
Awesome. And I have to tell you what happened to me with this camera one time. I was doing my Dawn of Autonomy podcast, and I put my coffee mug down, and it followed my mug to the table, and I couldn't get it back up. And I was like under the table waving at it. So it happens to the best of us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was great
Awesome
seeing you.
to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
All right. Let's go with Sage Tech Avionics is next. We've got Tom Fury, and I recently put out an op-ed. It was published in AUVSI about, the Jordan Tower 22 incident, tragic loss of life, and how important IFF technology is to the current fight. There's things that we could be doing that we're just not, that are possible to save lives. And this company right here and this man, Tom Fury, is going to be on the forefront of that. So great to have you, Tom.
Dawn, it's great to be here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So people may not know you, just like the 30-second elevator bio right here.
Okay, so Tom Fury, I started out my career flying airplanes in the Navy, so I have a love for defense and aviation. Did a lot of things in a lot of industries, but came about 9 years ago to Sage Tech. And now for the past 4.5 years, it's been a carved out division of that called Sage Tech Avionics, focused on airspace safety. So very small electronics around transponders, ADS-B, collision avoidance systems, and in the military, as you alluded to, IFF, for keeping the airspace safe.
Awesome. So you guys have a booth, and you have like a simulator out there.
We do.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So it's awesome. So we've often tried to tell people what ACAS does. And ACAS, an Airborne Collision Avoidance System, if there's a potential risk of collision on it, it gives you, as a pilot or as an operator or the autopilot, it gives cues as to how to avoid a potential collision. So
Yes.
turn left and climb. So in the simulator, we now have perfected it where we have two simulators that are connected together. So as one aircraft in one simulator approaches the other, you can see it on ADS-B, then you can see the warnings, then you can see what's called a resolution advisory that says turn left and climb.
Oh, wow.
And if you ignore that, then you'll see the aircraft in the windscreen crash or almost crash.
Oh my God.
And one of the beautiful things and scary things is it starts to give you signals that you have a potential collision.
Yeah.
And it's simulating real life very well. So as you look out the window of the aircraft, you don't see anything until well inside
Their
the boundary,
envelope?
the envelope,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's telling you.
See, I
turn
know
left
I
and
know the
climb.
lingo now.
And yeah, turn left and climb, and suddenly, now you see the aircraft.
Oh my gosh.
And then you realize, if I don't have this technology, how do I know there's not an aircraft about to crash into me?
Yeah, yeah. So you've got cool stuff at your booth. What are you seeing in other people's booth? Like, has anything jumped out at you as like, wow, that's like the most novel thing I've seen so far?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't been looking for novelty. What I've been looking at is where the industry is going right now.
Yeah.
And what I see is that we're sort of tranched in.
Yeah.
We didn't move as fast as we thought we were going to 5 or 10 years ago.
Right.
But we're starting to get the rhythm and understand how to equip things to get certified, how to get aircraft certified, how to get long-term, not just waivers, but exemptions with
Yes.
the FAA
Yes.
to enable those things that soon will enable our industry to take off. And I
Gotcha.
see evidence that on all the booths I've seen and all the conversations.
We
we're
were
having.
just talking about that, the ecosystem that they're here. Everybody's here, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, so awesome. All right, how do people reach you and find you?
They can find us on our website, sagetech.com, SAGETECH. They can find us on LinkedIn, and I'm connected in there, or you can stop by our booth at the show, 3437, grab business cards, say hi, whatever the case may be.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Dawn, thanks
All
a lot.
right, and Tom and Sage Tech are going to be sponsoring the month of September on the Dawn of Autonomy. We've got Michael Helander, speaking of month sponsors of the Dawn of Autonomy, coming up May, and that's going to be Safe and Secure Skies. And that's Airspace Link. So, Michael, great to have you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think everybody knows you, but just in case there's like two people out there that don't, tell them who you are.
Okay, I'm the CEO of Airspace Link, and we provide the Before You Fly Here app in the United States, LANS authorization, and have a platform that's supporting all different types of operations, operators, managers, planners, directors, make sure they're flying safely and compliantly here in the U.S.
Well, and they've got the AirHub portal. This is kind of a one-stop shop for all kinds of stakeholders to really appreciate not only the air and ground risk, but any kind of advisories that are happening in a very local way. And Colby Free from your company was at Law Tech Connect yesterday on our Airspace Awareness and Assessment panel, and just explaining what this is. So awesome stuff. I saw you on the stage earlier as well.
We
so
talked about grants today.
Grants,
we have a lot of grants out there right now, and I think we've closed close to 60 million in grants.
Wow.
But it's for our customers.
Yeah, of
for
course.
cities, counties, states.
That's awesome.
Operators to help get them started in certain locations. So.
Well, and that's you got to kind of, if you build it, they will come. If you find them the money, then they're gonna put these systems in place so we can actually have ubiquitous drone operations. So Michael, as you're kind of getting the vibe of the show this year, what if do you have like one word that you would describe as what you're kind of feeling or seeing or hearing?
I would say probably not in our area, but Department of Defense.
DOD, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is a lot of conversations, even our civilian systems being looked at for a lot of things going on. So there's definitely a vibe of funding starting to move in that direction pretty quickly right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We had the DIU director talking about Replicator and saying there's going to be a Replicator 2.0, Replicator 3.0 coming down the pike. All kinds of stuff to get commercial tech into the hands of the warfighter rapidly. They're really breaking glass. Being a lawyer in the military for 25 years, that is quite impressive, honestly, because to say from 6 months to 6 days, one of the processes, I mean, that's unbelievable. So,
And we have a booth, and we're seeing a little bit more booth traffic from that.
Oh,
Whether it be
really?
training
Interesting.
facilities,
Yeah.
So it was a keynote, but it was also seeing the foot traffic.
Well, good.
By the booth.
And I'll tell you what, the military, when you think of an Air Force base as an example, it's a mini city.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to have drones flying on Air Force bases, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say most don't have.
It's a hard. They don't really have a process. Like today we have
But they
lands.
could.
Yeah, exactly. Or take a civilian system that the FAA's developed
Absolutely.
and drop it into their own facility.
Absolutely.
They can, it's mini UTM for them.
I mean, I'm happily retired, but I would love to go back and fix that and make that happen.
It is a
Honestly,
problem.
that would be amazing. But in the meantime, how do people reach you or find you?
Well, you can find us through the Before You Fly app on the FAA website, or you can contact us at Airspace Link on airspacelink.com.
All right,
So,
awesome. Well, thank you.
thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right, now we've got Lori DeMatteis coming up, and she's also got some show and tell. I love when people bring what we call in the legal world demonstrative evidence to show us kind of what they're. Here it is. Wait a minute. Moving up. There we go. Don't move too much. Don't want the camera to follow us. This is the Matrix Space radar. So first of all, let's talk about the radar in a second, but tell them about you.
Hi, I'm Lori DeMatteis, Chief Revenue Officer responsible for everything customers at Matrix Space.
Yes, and Matrix Space is making this incredible radar. It's really groundbreaking because, number one, it's super tiny. So this is my hand, and this is the radar. It's smaller than my hand. So tell us a little bit about this and how it's changing the game.
Changing the game because it's portable and it's attritable. So from a military perspective, if it has to get left behind or something happens to it, it's not a huge loss. But from the standpoint of being a game changer, you can stick it in a pocket, be able to bring it up in 15 minutes, and now you've got protection. Whether that is on critical infrastructure in the United States, whether that is for DFR, first responder programs, borders, that's what this is about, is to change the way that we can support the U.S. And bring safety into the masses.
Well, and here's the other thing. This like weighs nothing. And what I love in your
Less
booth,
than a pound.
What I love in your booth is you have a little stuffed dog, like a Saint Bernard with a collar with this on it.
Yep.
So like I'm thinking Alpine Search and Rescue, all kinds of interesting applications that you wouldn't even like think about really.
Think about it as a sensor at the edge.
A sensor at the edge.
Because everything is contained in this, and you can run it off a cell phone battery for 12 hours.
Yeah, so Lori, first of all, once again, Lori and Matrix Space have been with Law Tech Connect from the very beginning, scholars, sponsors, so thank you. You guys are here, you've got a booth, you've got a big presence.
We've got a demonstration upstairs, don't miss it. Just go up to the rooftop, it's beautiful view. You can see the best view in all of San Diego Bay, and then you can also see this radar live demonstrated.
Now, is this with Skydio or something? I think your
with
team...
Skydio's doing the drones, but it doesn't have, we are also on all day long, so you can see the ships, you can see the cars, you can see the boats, whatever.
Wow.
Any military aircraft that's flying by, in addition to about every 90 minutes of Skydio.
That is amazing. Awesome.
Yeah,
all right,
fun.
Lori,
Thank you.
what are you seeing? I mean, besides your cool stuff, what are you seeing here? In other words, if we've got people out here watching that aren't here, and they want to know what's going on, so
I think
if
you're going
you were
to see
to
a lot
summarize
new
it.
things on maritime. You're seeing a lot of new things around the military side, which has not been as prevalent here in past years. So don't miss it, or at least look at the different exhibits on your on the internet, and then you can reach out to those companies directly.
Well, and what I'll say is, Michael Robbins, he's now the CEO of AUVSI, or the president, excuse me, and he's a Navy reservist. He's I don't know if he's a commander or a captain, which is equivalent of a colonel in the Air Force. But he's definitely brought his Navy contingent here and definitely beefed up the maritime sector, and we're hearing a lot about that. So that's really exciting.
And then the demonstrations are new. They've never done that before either.
Oh, demos this year. Yep. Super cool. So lots of really great stuff. How do they reach you, Lori? How do they find you?
Just Lori.DeMatteis at matrixspace.com.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Thank you, Dawn. Bye.
All right. So Joel Roberson from Holland and Knight is here. Now, Holland and Knight was our bronze sponsor for Law Tech Connect, so we really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And we had Allison Skopek from the firm was on our maritime, our surf and turf panel, and you moderated the very last panel of the day on
airspace awareness and assessment.
You did. In fact,
Yeah.
Lori was on your panel, so
right.
Thank you for that. So, what do you? This is your second year here, right? Because you guys were with us last year. And how do you feel like things have maybe changed or evolved just in the past year?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great event. It's always good to connect with your industry colleagues and have a chance to talk with folks that you don't get to see all throughout the year, and see the new technology that is coming to market. Walking around the expo floor, you see technologies that are bringing automation to reality, helping manage data, helping ensure safe operations are happening across the country and across all modes of transportation. So in the air, on the ground, in the water, under the water.
So tell them a little bit about you and Holland and Knight.
Sure, yeah. So I'm an attorney at Holland & Knight. I focus my practice on the intersection of technology and transportation, helping clients interact with Congress and the executive branch agencies. As we know, law does not keep up with technology.
Yes, unfortunately.
So we are helping clients bring the laws and regulations into the present and hopefully into the future.
Yeah, awesome. Well, on our, I think it was the Mayhem panel, we had an attorney on that, actually retired Air Force JAG, Tom Dukes, and he was talking about when to hire an attorney. And a lot of people, I agree with what he said, a lot of people wait until they're in trouble or something has gone wrong, but there's many points along this journey of entrepreneurship that you may want to pull the trigger. So what would be your best advice to people out there that are considering hiring attorney? When would that be?
Sure, yeah. Well, it definitely makes sense to do it early because you can spend a lot of money and time and effort building out your product or your business plan and end up having to redo that or take steps backwards if you don't understand what the legal or regulatory framework looks like. But I think the other key thing is to know that in this industry where it is so dynamic, don't take the present and say, hey, the laws and regulations are the ceiling. Know that they're changing, right, through
That's
exemptions
a good point.
and waivers.
Sometimes they don't even exist.
Exactly,
yeah.
And the rulemakings are happening kind of every day. There's new rulemakings coming out that are changing the future, and companies that are in this room are helping define what that's going to look like.
That's
lawyers
true.
can help you identify the choke points and help write those rules and regs that the government can adopt to allow your business model to succeed.
So how do people find you to reach out if they want to get some help?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can go to the Holland & Knight website. We have an autonomous transportation team that has over 50 attorneys that are working on the legal regulatory challenges dealing with autonomy. So hollandandknighthklaw.com, or you can reach me personally at joel.roberson@hklaw.com.
All right, awesome. Thanks again,
Thank you.
Looking forward to 2025. By the way,
thanks, Tom.
2025 in Houston, mark your calendars now. It's going to be at the end of May in Houston, Texas. So it's going to be
Fantastic.
awesome. Thank you so
Thanks, Tom.
much. All right, we'll see if we can get Manuel Quillo off the phone. You are holding up the rear, my friend. You are my caboose. So here he comes. Flew all the way, and his arms are tired, from Brazil. Well, I don't know if you were in Brazil, because this man is like in Brazil, he's in Portugal, he's in Singapore, he's in Israel, he's in Ireland. Every time I turn around, you're somewhere else. It's hard to pin this man down, but this is Manuel Quillo. He is the CEO of Speedbird Aero, doing drone deliveries globally, 3 drones, doing incredible stuff. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
So Manuel was on our global drone regulations panel for Law Tech Connect. First year we did that. I loved it. Because what I was shocked to hear, everybody, was like, I thought everybody had remote ID, but like nobody has a remote ID but us and apparently Europe.
Europe. Yeah.
That's it.
And they're different.
And it's different than ours.
They're different than ours.
And
Yes.
so like that's crazy. Yeah. So for those that don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Manuel Quillo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Speedbird. Speedbird is a drone delivery company. We manufacture and operate the drones. We have a few partners around the world as well that we have the honor of working together to expand our operations. So Don is right. I am where the drones are. So I have to follow them, and as we grow, right, it's an honor and pleasure to see this industry really taking off.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's helping it take off for sure. So, Manuel, you and I met actually at this event, I feel like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
And Highlander was with you. You had like a big joint booth with Can Do,
yeah.
Highlander,
L-Site.
Yeah. What a crowd that was.
Para Zero.
Para Zero. Yeah. So amazing technologies. So you've been here before, and as you're like wandering around the floor now, what are you seeing that you think is a little different from maybe when we were in Orlando like 2 years ago? How has it changed or evolved?
Maturity.
Maturity.
I
Yeah,
see
that's a
that
good word.
things are much more settled, right? Everyone has a better understanding what the technology is doing, right? What is contributing.
Yeah.
Not just pie in the sky stuff.
You're right.
Oh, it's a cool idea. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a cool drone here. Well,
Yeah.
this was great a few years ago. Now people are much more pragmatic.
Yes.
Right. So what I've seen lately is we're doing this because it's going to advance us in terms of certification, in terms of the ability to do better work, to emphasize the scalability and safety of the operations. So that's one of the reasons we're here.
Yeah.
As we're going around with multiple friends that you just mentioned, some of them.
Yes.
Right. We're making new friends as well because it takes a village. At the end of the day, even for a manufacturer, if you look at big manufacturers like Airbus, Boeing, all the major manufacturers in the world.
Yes.
Nobody does things by themselves.
Right.
So they have to learn how to integrate. And that's the secret. Looking at interference, just because two things together may seem like a good idea.
And
when
maybe
you put them together, well, you may get different results.
Yeah, I like the word you chose to kind of describe this. The other one I'll say is like collaboration, and honestly, I feel like you are so far ahead of so many other companies because you saw that early on, and clearly that booth even that we just mentioned like 2 years ago, you were all together, and you were doing this in Israel, and that was obviously before the current conflict, but always a tough neighborhood. And, I remember you and I talked about that and the requirements they had for connectivity, which is why the tech coming out of there is ridiculously solid and reliable. So anyway, how do people reach you? How do they find you?
Well, we are speedbird.aero.
Yep.
Our website, all the contact information is there. But if you have good ideas, or, need our assistance with anything, you can reach me directly at my number, one for the US, 602-561-0426.
There you go. You got the direct number of this company's CEO. So there you go. Only here on the Full Crew. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you,
It's
Dawn.
great to have you.
It was
All
a
right.
pleasure.
Have a great show.
Thank you so much.
And everybody, that is a wrap. I'm going to do something. Hopefully the camera won't follow me. Stay here, Manuel. I'm flipping the sign. See if it's going to fall down.
Whoops.
Right here.
Oh.
Move over.
All right.
Join us next year in Houston. See you there. We're out here.